Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome. And today we're talking a little bit about where the wild things live.
There's a wild thing right
The
there.
jungle.
Yep, I've got one wild thing right with me. And
That is very,
actually, sorry, what were you going to say?
and it's very cute. It's
And
He's
adorable.
a cute wild thing.
Yeah.
And yesterday we actually were playing frisbee, and I don't know if you can see it, but up in the tree right there is a little nest. And I
Oh.
think we scared some birds out of their nest by playing frisbee, and now they're up in the tree making
They're up in the tree.
making annoyed noises like, "Why have you kicked us out of our house?"
Now we have to do it all over.
Yeah,
Is there any eggs on the nest?
I don't think so. I think they're fully hatched.
Oh, yeah.
They're like they've got that sort of those baby vibes about them where they've got like a really fluffy,
Yeah.
plumage, and they're very chirpy, and they
Yeah.
kind of have the energy of feed me. So I think
You
they're
know,
well and truly alive.
this just remind me. I have these
I don't
barn
even know the
swallows
wild animal.
that. Do you hear me? Good. It's kind of yeah. I
It's breaking up a
break
little
it
bit, but it
down a
should
little
get
bit.
better. It's been weird, StreamYard lately. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. Much
So,
better.
so I was just saying, like, it just remind me that I have these barn swallows that comes every year to my house, to my where my door is. And the first time that they came, I was like, oh my God, like, I started seeing how they started bringing like these weird sticks and like mud, and I didn't know what they were. And so they started putting like this thing on the wall. It's
Dad,
literally a wall.
you
And it
like
was
this
like
to go
this.
fast.
At that time, I was like, "Oh my God, these birds are crazy! Like they don't even know how to make a nest." Like me, like kind of concluding everything. And so I was like, maybe I should just get them a house so that they can actually go there. So I literally went and buy like a birdhouse or something and put it on the wall because according to me, that's what they required, you know? And so then I
Did
put
it did it have did it have like a kitchen and a toilet and everything
a
in the
kitchen,
house?
a toilet, like it just had everything. I was like, this is perfect for them. I know this. And so I put the birdhouse, and then of course the next day they were not in this side where the birdhouse was. They went to the other side where there's no birdhouse. And I was like, what? I don't understand. And so then I started seeing how like they started bringing again mud. I was like, why are they bringing mud? And I was like, okay, maybe I just need to stop controlling things, and maybe I just let it be, and I just let it be. And then I saw like the most beautiful, amazing nest that I ever seen, made of mud that hangs from the wall, and it was like this perfect, beautiful, like almost like a
What's this one?
bowl. And then, it was so beautiful. And I was like,
Slowly.
whoa, how interesting it is that how much we have been so entrained to like try to control everything and not let, like nature and animals to just be. And
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah. I love that, and yeah, I think this, yeah, they're so clever, the swallows, and like they by using that
Oh,
method,
something stings, something stings.
they're able to like basically create their homes wherever they like, and in places where no other birds can create them, and so they get to have these special breeding spots that are like unreachable by most birds, and it's very clever. I love how nature works.
It's amazing.
And Shannon was talking about, the movie, the documentary A Life on Our Planet, and how, David Attenborough starts off in Chernobyl, and you just see what's happened over, the 40 years or whatever it is that it's been, not inhabited by humans, and nature has totally taken over, and just, the animals are back, the plants are everywhere, and it's like, you know, nature knows what it's doing, and it will create with whatever it can wherever it can, which I also love about it. It's like doing these classes and having these conversations, it just gives me the awareness of how much like nature is an inspiration for creation,
Yeah.
that unstoppable force. And yeah, there's so much to learn from it.
And that it knows what it's doing. I love,
Yes.
I just posted a quote of like, it was, I will just read it, but it came, I have to say, I was in the class, the first call with Tim and Tanya, and it really like blew my world. Like it was amazing, and it was really like this amazing conversations that is really like open up like so many different possibilities, and that's why I was like, wow, like this quote is totally it, which is like, it says it says the earth doesn't make mistakes, it creates with what is here and available.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is, so when you look at it, it's like, yeah, the earth will, like, it doesn't have the point of view of, oh, there's like, concrete here, so I shouldn't like grow here. It's like, oh, there's a tiny crack in the concrete. What can I what can I create here? And it's like it just really doesn't function from any point of view. It just has this energetic creation always available to it, and it functions as that. And it's like, yeah, what if, we could be like a little bit more like that in our lives?
Yeah, and at the same time, like it's so aware, it's so willing to be aware of the future and knows, and like all the animals,
Dad,
like that awareness of the
you didn't get
future.
to the class yet?
It's like truly amazing, and really like, what if we can be more like that, more like the earth, and more like trusting and honoring um of it, like really.
Yeah.
It was yesterday, I think, or yeah, I'm already.
Yeah, it feels like,
It was
ages
like
ago, but I think it was
years ago.
yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other cool thing about it is, it's like we actually, like our bodies are made from the earth, and it's like I think we're actually way more connected to the earth than we sort of allow ourselves to acknowledge. And a lot of the place where we don't really function like this is kind of more of like this place where we've chosen to remove ourselves from that connection. But it's like,
Yeah.
from just even from that conversation yesterday with Tim and Tanya, it's just so obvious how connected we are, and how much like everything is, interconnected. And it's like, I love talking to them because they make everything just so, it's so simple and straightforward. And it's not like, it's not all, about your intelligence or your intellect. It's just this really like simple way of, becoming more aware and becoming more conscious, asking questions, looking at what your choices create. And yeah,
Yeah, and
it's very cool.
to like the let go of the definitions of like how everything has to be, and like that need of like controlling that right now is like humanity has, is kind of like this thing of like filling the void always. Like if there's space, then it has to be filled. If it's wild, then it has to be contained. And there's so many definitions into what, like so many like judgments about like the wild, the unknown, that it's kind of like this thing where humanity right now is always going into, how do I control things, how do I put them in a box, how do I define them. And so with these conversations, it's kind of like this possibility of like, hey, like what if that's not required? What if actually when you are like just without definition and with asking questions, like you're saying, to really using a lot of the tools that we play in Access, for example, that we play with in Access, that we can open up a totally different space of like engaging with the earth, of or creating, and what, like you were saying, like you're walking with the earth. Because I look at, like, okay, the way people have pets, for example, and like right now it's like so many things. I was like, this is the way it has to be, and like the dogs do this. They don't even can bark anymore. You know, it's like their barking is like, I'm so sorry, he's barking. I'm like, he's a dog, isn't he supposed to bark? You know? And so it's like, or the cat, like if people have cats, it's like, and it's like, okay, next time we're gonna be talking with Susie Gotti, and I'm so excited. She
Yes.
knows a lot about talking to animals and communication with animals, and a lot of awareness with that. So I'm very excited. And so it's like, yeah, with cats, is like people is like, oh no, they have to be contained in the house. Now I see even videos of people saying like cats, like an outdoor cat versus an indoor cat, and how indoor cats don't really miss being outside. And I'm like, seriously, a
Oh man.
lot of insanity that,
Yes.
yeah.
And I just really I like what you said about, that just looking at that place of, well, you've got this, this wildlife and wild lands and everything, and what that sort of contributes, and then, you know this place of where it's become, like you were saying, this thing of like, well, that's like a scary thing that you shouldn't really go near, or but it's like, this is also part of this class, is embracing that embracing that side of us, because we have, every one of us has a little bit of that in us, whether it's, a lot or a little, but it's like, there is this place where, you know we know, and we have this like connection that we don't always acknowledge. And what I've noticed is that, a lot of people have been contacting me from this call just saying, oh, I feel like revived again. And I'm like, I'm ready to, like create things that I've wanted to do forever, but that I sort of like dismissed as not important. And, there's something about the earth that invites us to that. And yeah, it's been really cool to see what these calls are creating. So,
Well, I was vortexing like the first 10 minutes of the call already. So,
yeah.
so yeah, wow. This is such an invitation. I wonder, how did you came out with the name? I'm curious.
Well, for me, it was watching this documentary of, David Attenborough, A Day in a Life on Our Planet. And, he was talking about basically like the destruction of the wildlife, and like the untouched land where the plants and the animals are just allowed to grow and do whatever they do. It's been reduced to like, less than 30% of what used to be available on the planet. And so it really gave me this place of like, well, that's not okay, and it's like, it's not good enough. And so I got a bit of a bee in my bonnet, and I'm like, what can I do about this? And what can I contribute to a different possibility here? And it just kind of came to me, the wild thing. So
Amazing.
then now we're here.
Now we're here. So yeah, I mean, for everybody, like if you're wondering what is it that you actually can contribute, and you want to be part of this amazing invitation, which is like literally, I see it as like being at the edge of like totally different possibilities with the earth, and kind of like open up. And just the last call yesterday, the call yesterday was like just giving so many different awarenesses of like there's different ways to like engage with the earth and the animals, and other possibilities of that. And so yeah, so like for everybody, like this is, it's not very cognitive, but it's more of like this energy of truly, if we're over the trauma and drama and trying to fix problems and stuff, now let's create. Now let's actually get together and start looking at different possibilities. And if you desire to come and be part of this amazing creations with amazing facilitators, it's like, wow, we have Wynne-Jones, which I adore. I adore you so much. And
I adore you too.
yeah. And we have Susie Gutsy, and we have Shannon O'Hara and team and Tanya, and I'm so excited. And thank you so for creating this. It's really amazing.
Yeah, cool. And it's like I really get the sense that everyone is getting like you were saying, that sense of a different possibility, and that's what we really desired to create with this. So it's cool, it's working. And
Exactly.
yeah, the next call starts in just a day's time, so come and play. We'll pop a link in the chat for it, and love to see you guys there.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Sue, for being here with me.
Thanks so much, Isabel. Talk to you soon.
And for the people in Spanish, no se preocupen, voy a traducirlo. Don't worry, I'm going to translate it.
Okay, great.
All right,
You're
guys.
the best.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.